I've taught a lot of agents how to use AI, and I mean a lot. And the number one thing that every agent is looking for that seems to be the biggest benefit of this is, what can AI do on my behalf? Like, what can I dispel from my list of things to do and offload onto AI to go automate for me to make my life easier so that I can have more time to work on more projects or more, video games on the Nintendo Switch. Whatever it is that you want to do, Claude Cowork is going to be the answer for you as a real estate agent to deploy it as your agent to go and do things on your behalf. Let's jump in. So Claude Cowork is the AI agent version of Claude. So Claude being one of the frontier models, it's a killer AI system. It's actually my favorite and go-to. And in Cowork, it allows the system to actually take over with your consent and in very specific circumstances, actions that you would normally do. It can do things on a website browser. It can do things on your computer. You can remotely control it from your phone if your computer's at home and you need something done or sent to you. And it can automate a lot of processes. Just last night, I was able to construct a new sequence, a nurture journey for clients from the time that they ratify new construction until even after the post-closing actions I should take in a year-long follow-up. And I was able to create that nurture sequence and then say, I really like this. Now, you take this, Claude, and I want you to go to Wise Agent, my CRM of choice, and go ahead and set up this campaign for me on my behalf. And then I can sit back and do other things while that's going on. I was able to get it to convert some things from a specific website page that I had on my site to something more modern, and it redesigned it for me and took care of those actions. There's so many things. And again, with most things in AI, you're limited only by your imagination and knowing what buttons to push, which brings us here. I'm going to show you how to download, install, and set up safely Claude Cowork to work on your computer so that you can enjoy the full power of an AI agent. The agent being the element of the AI that goes and does things on your behalf with your permission. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to start off with going to Claude.ai. And then when you go to Claude AI, you're going to be on the registration or sign-in page. And in this case, because we're going to be allowing Claude to actually do work on our physical computer, we download software for this. So we can go ahead and click on the download desktop app. Now you'll notice here that it has a little Apple symbol. It is actually working on PC as I understand it, but being a Mac user, it sensed what computer system and operating system I had, and that's the option it gave me. So I'm going to click on that, download the software, walk through the very quick steps of installing software like you would any kind of software. And then once you do, you're going to get to this app is going to open up. And over here in the chat section, this is going to look very familiar to all of your other AI interfaces with chat. But over here, you're going to see Claude and Cowork. In this case, not really talking much about code here for agents, but we're going to go to Cowork. Now, when we go to Cowork, you're going to see a new interface. Again, just over here on the left, you're going to see new task, which starts in a whole fresh screen with a series of questions. It looks overwhelming at first. It absolutely isn't. We're going to walk through in just a minute how this works. Over here, running down the list here, you can see projects, and this is just like any other project in Claude. If you're coming from the OpenAI ChatGPT world, these would be GPTs, and if you're coming from Google Gemini, these would be your gems. So these are projects that you have specifically set up to do very specific tasks and continue working in and allowing it to work in perhaps files on your computer. If you're familiar with GPTs or gems, you have to upload certain files. So for example, if I wanted to have an ongoing project with my regional standard forms and contracts, I would have all the blank versions in a folder on my computer that I could just move in and out as they were updated or changed, and the project would source those particular files. In this case, I have a mentoring program as a broker, I have a recruiting program, I have a client onboarding program where I have a bunch of documents and checklists and resources and marketing assets that I created that are live there, and I can just swap them in and out as I want and let them do work on the local computer. I can have scheduled tasks, like in the morning, send me a email with a summary of everything I have to do in life and check my computer for this. And several things can be there. Live artifacts or things that you've created through certain tasks and projects that you've done in the past. Dispatch is pretty cool. Now, it is not 100%, and you can see the little beta symbol here next to it. But what that allows me to do is to go to the Claude app on my phone and give directions to the Claude app on my computer to take certain actions. So let's say that you're out and about and whoopsie, there's a file that you really needed. It's on your computer at home. You don't have it at hand and you want Claude to email it to you so you have access to it, or drop it into your Google Drive rather, or iCloud or whatever storage you have. Whatever you can think of, it can do it. And Dispatch, you can do it from your phone, will give direction to your computer so long as your computer is on and signed in, and then ask you for consent to do certain things from certain places. And then Customize is just what it sounds like. If you want to have a certain look or feel or add plugins or other third-party resources like skills and connectors there. And I have a video on Claude skills that save you a ton of time and do great work. I'll have that in the end slide at the end of this video that you can just go and watch. So other than that, it has the same fill that you'd have for most of your frontier model AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini. Over here on the left, you can see your recent projects and the things that you've asked it to do. So once you've installed it, and we're going to go to new task here, you can notice that it's a little different from your standard chat session in that it asks you what project files you want to use. Now, this is a pretty important part. When you load up the software, it's going to ask you what directory that you want to have access to. And I would strongly recommend at this phase in the AI world, you don't give it access to everything in your computer. I trust Claude more than I do any other frontier model, but mistakes can still be made. And so I have created a file folder on my computer called Claude Cowork, and then I just move over whatever folders that I want to give access to Claude to do there. So I can have a series of folders. I can add like all my presentations as an instructor, all my company resources as a broker. I can add my client folders in here, but I may not want to have access to things that have banking information or legal documents or things just because we're not sure how trustworthy it is just yet, and we don't want to make any mistakes. So this is where my files are going to live in Claude Code. Again, I would set up this folder and then say only reference this folder when I need it to do something. The next thing you're going to want to do once you've actually installed Claude Cowork in desktop app is to then go and get the Claude plugin for your Chrome browser. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that now. And just as you can see, it just adds the plugin. Now what happens is once I log into Claude, it is going to give me the ability, when I so choose, to give access to Claude to my browser to do certain things on my behalf. So once I've added Claude Cowork, I can do things like go into my CRM and I can click on the Claude icon here, or you'd pin it first, and then now you can go ahead and ask Claude to do things. So please add my new client to this. And when I give it that direction and hit OK or hit the process button here in the bottom hand corner, it'll take action on my website, in this case, in my CRM. Notice up here at the top, you're going to see this orange line around whatever tab is open. I can go open and do other things in my tab and browser, but over here, you're going to see that Claude has come up and said that it has taken control of this tab. Claude will ask you on a routine basis what permissions it has to take certain actions. So if I want to, in this case, go create a drip campaign, I'm going to go and give it consent to access the marketing tab in the CRM and then create a particular campaign from prior work, from something I've set up or asked to do. So in this case, I have a nurture journey for a particular client. I go in to Claude and I go, okay, I want you to take control of my browser and my CRM, and here's the link, and I want you to go ahead and add all of these people that I've exported from my old CRM, for example, and it would go and do that thing so long as you gave it permission to do it. Now, there are a number of possibilities for what you can do with this very powerful tool. For example, you can take it to create a listing file cleanup. So we all have this folder in our computer with every photo we took for the listing, the presentation, the CMA, the 14 iterations of the offer before it got ratified. and so many other things. Imagine just saying, hey, I want you to jump into this folder for this listing, and I'd like you to take all the photos, look at each one of them, give them a title with the address of the property, what room it's looking at, and put them in sequence in the way that I should probably put them in the MLS. Also, while you're there, I want you to go rename every PDF based on the type of file it is, put everything that was not ratified and executed in a folder, organize all the folders, take all the documents that were executed and signed, put them in order, make sure they're all titled and named properly. And here's my communications log. So check my email and look at all the times I've spoken to this particular seller about this file, create a timeline of events based on email and text messages and everything else. And it'll just go do those things on your computer with your permission. You could use it to build a database. For example, not too long ago, I said, I want you to go through all the emails I have for 17 years of being with my current brokerage. And I don't have all the emails prior to that for the prior however many years I was practicing prior to that. But I said, go to this email account for 17 years and extract from it every email address and every name. And if you can find a phone number for every consumer I have ever talked to about real estate. And I want you to create that spreadsheet for that. I want you to then go take over the browser, in the browser, my CRM, and I want you to create contacts for each one of those people in the CRM and then group them in newsletter. And it'll just go do those things. So there's countless examples. I'm going to use this one in this case. I have in a folder, I have a bunch of resources. So I have my buyer consultation guide, which is a PDF that I send out to the buyers before we meet. I have the consumer persona of the type of buyer I'm likely to be working with, my resume, and NAR reports like remodeling impact report, profile home buyers and sellers, and the realtor property resource report for my market. So I have all those things in this folder. And I can go and I'm going to give access to just that folder. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new project here. And in this case, I'm going to go and I'm just going to give access to a folder here. So I'm going to go to my Claude Cowork folder, to my buyer counseling assets, and I'm going to hit open there. The next tab over is to ask. Do you want it to ask you before it takes every certain step, which I generally say yes to? Or do you trust it enough to just go do what you're getting ready to tell it to do without asking for assistance? And then over here, we have the model, and each model tells you exactly what it is. Now, if you're using Opus 4, you're going to get the best results, but it takes the longest time. And then it gets to also, in my case, I let it choose which version of its brain it wants to use for that. And now I'm going to give it a prompt. So I've given it a folder to work with, and I'm going to say, based on my brand kit for Coldwell Banker Elite, I would like you to go into this folder, review all the buyer counseling assets, create a PowerPoint that is in a minimalist design that articulates my value and focuses on the buyer, their villains, and how I can be a good guide in their story so we can vanquish the villains from their story. I'd like you to also create a online version of this presentation for my website, and you can go ahead and log into my website and create a page for me to review before it gets posted live. And I would like you to create 5 social media assets in my Canva account that are going to promote this new buyer asset or presentation kit to help them avoid tragic moves that buyers often make in the real estate transaction. Do you understand? And then once I get done giving it that command, and I'm using this really cool tool, WhisperFlow. WhisperFlow allows me to talk for a bit, and then it cleans up what I want and creates a prompt out of it in the dialog box. So here I have it. And if you have watched my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of skills. So if I do / here and use the brand kit, then whatever it creates is going to be in accordance with my brokerage's brand. And there's other videos, again, at the end of this, I'll add a link to the end. And down in the description below, while we're talking about that, I'm also going to add a PDF version of all the things I've talked about in a simple step-by-step process so that you can take your time and watch the video and look at the PDF and make sure you don't miss anything. So now that I've done this, I'm going to give this command and it's going to go ahead and start processing what I've asked it to do, including showing you what's going on in its brain. So this PhD level marketing psychology real estate expert is going to go take what my creativity was, what my ideas were, and be able to summarize them and deploy a new program. Now, this is a pretty important step. So if you look at what's going on here, it is processing what I asked it to do. And one of the things it says here, run a command. This is good context. You've given a good prompt. These are two genuine forks worth confirming before I commit hours to this. Hours being a very important thing. When it says hours, it means hours. Now, it would have taken us weeks to do what it's going to do in hours, but it may take an hour or two because I gave it an incredibly complex, multifaceted project to work on that will likely be something I give it before I go to bed at night. But even if I don't, it can work in the background while I do other things on my computer. But notice it asks a question. Now, in my case, I have a website for me as an instructor, and I have another website for my consumers. And so it asked me, which website do you want me to do this on? Good question. I want you to do it on this website. And then the next question it says is, which social formats do you want 5 Canva assets? Remember, I wasn't specific about what I wanted. So I want 5 Instagram, Facebook ready posts. And what branding kit I want you to stay with my brokerage branding kit as opposed to my other kits that I may have created. Okay, now notice here it says, okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to read all the information you put in the folder. I'm going to create a minimalist CBE StoryBrand deck, StoryBrand being my favorite book on marketing and favorite framework to use, and then translate the deck into a draft WordPress page, which my website is built on WordPress. Notice that I didn't tell that. It went out and looked it up, and then create 5 square Canva assets on tragic buyer moves, promoting this kit to help avoid it. And over here on the right, you can see the progress of each of the steps it's taking and how it's working through this. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make you watch the video to watch all this work happen, other than to tell you, go do this yourself. Now, I am calling an audible in the middle of my own video, but I'm not going to make you wait this, and nor am I going to record the whole thing. It works. I've tested it many times. This is a great example, as with the others, of what this will do for you. Now, again, it will get to certain parts of the process, if you've extracted it to, before it logs into your Canva account, before it logs into your website, before it makes any changes. It'll stop and ask you those questions. And I think it's worth, again, reiterating, I trust Anthropic and Claude quite a bit, but still, I want to be smart about it. So make your own judgment calls there. And again, it's going to be iterative prompts. And so there are going to be times where it's going to create a product and you may say, that's not what I wanted. And you may go and change something or tweak it, let it run its course. My suggestion is don't go big in the first couple projects. Do something very simple to start getting comfortable with it. It will blow your mind. And that's really it. So I'm going to let this run because I actually like this that I came up with in the middle of our video here. Hopefully the assets will be as good as they have been in the past. But these are just a few ideas and simple tools about what Cowork can actually do to save you a ton of time. Now, one last thing to remember about this is Anthropic, Claude, and whether it's in chat or Cowork, does have a memory. So it does build over time. So you'll notice that some of the things that it asked me in the questions or that it's working on, I didn't put in a prompt because it's learned from me over time. The more you use it, the better it gets, the more solid a process it is. So go in there and play with it. You're not going to hurt anything. If you have any questions, let me know. And as always, please do like and subscribe to this video. It helps me a whole lot, and really share it. Share it to everybody who you think would benefit from this. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.